Hello, everyone. I'm so excited for another episode of Plug Into Devin. Today we have Lynette Wendel here with us. She is running for the Utah House seat in District 39, and we are looking for a very interesting conversation with her, so stick around. Lynette, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Devin.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. What do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about the community wellness check-in program that we're doing with my campaign. It's a real exciting opportunity during this particular time to share.
Well, that is fascinating. Tell us what you're doing.
Well, we decided as a campaign to engage our volunteers several months early once we started seeing the impacts of COVID-19 on our community. We realized that the best opportunity for us to connect and serve people in our neighborhoods would be to reach out to them through a wellness check phone call. So all we're doing is using our volunteers to call our friends and neighbors in Taylorsville and Kearns and ask them one question, which is, how are you doing? And if they're doing great, we ask them if they can also serve our community by donating, volunteering, and we connect them with organizations and resources in which they can be a helper as well. Or if they're struggling in any way, we connect them to the appropriate resources that help them get assistance.
Oh, that's great. Now, what are you hearing from people as your volunteers talk to people? What is some of the feedback you're getting from those calls?
Yeah, it's been a really overwhelming positive response. The number of thank yous that we are getting from people. Some folks haven't heard from anybody in several days with this isolation. So just to be checked in on means a lot to people emotionally. People needing that sense of community, which is so prevalent in Taylorsville and Kearns. It's one of the reasons why I love living here is our neighbors do watch out for each other. So making that connection that way. And I have to just commend my volunteers. They will spend as long on the phone with somebody as they need to feel that they've got the resources and the connections made to feel better about their day and what the opportunities are for them in their future. But it's been an overwhelming number of thank yous. And we've even had people who get just our voicemail messages and text our volunteers back, thanking them for calling and giving us the status that they're doing okay. So just an overwhelmingly great experience connecting with our neighbors this way. It's a real privilege.
Well, that is great feedback to get. Now, have you been able to match up resources and needs in maybe an anecdote or two you could share with us and as examples?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So as a matter of fact, our community is very well known. Our Vietnamese community is very well known for sewing masks, for example. So we've had a couple of people request that they would need some reusable masks for themselves and or caregivers who attend to them. We have senior, disabled, immune compromised folks. So I'm delivering some of those today because I was able to make those connections with our sewers. We've actually had people who've moved outside of the district into Salt Lake City, and one of our volunteers called the Salt Lake City mayor's office to make sure that that person got connected. We just see a variety of opportunities in helping with getting food and resources to the Granite Education Foundation through our schools. We've been able to assist our elementary schools in delivering packets for our students who have no internet access at home. So the list goes on and on. Every time we think of what do people need to get through their day with schooling, work, Department of Workforce Services applications, for example, we've assisted there. But it's very well-rounded and again, very humbling to be able to serve the community this way.
Well, it is an amazing outreach program and I commend you for it. As you've gone through this exercise, what are the policy implications that you've taken from this work?
Yeah, certainly the need to have equitable and accessible healthcare for everybody is very, very important. Accessible and equitable education. Unfortunately, we see in our our portion of the Granite School District, a lot of Title I schools and a lot of students who have no internet access. So we all thought it would be so easy to just go to this remote learning. Well, even if we deliver printed packets to our students, they can't still be in touch with their teachers for feedback and support the way we would like them to. So there's a number of issues that really come up in the two words, equity and accessibility, right? And a number of services that have to be brought to my district in particular.
Well, Lynette, those are great things to be thinking about. I'm glad you are. Before we wrap up, Lynette, what is your superpower?
I would say my superpower is being able to attract the most amazing people on a team to help us do this. We have already called over 1,000 of our neighbors and friends, and it's truly remarkable. There is no way that I could have done that on my own, but because I'm able to attract the most wonderful people in our community to serve our community, I'm really grateful that that's worked on my behalf.
Oh, that is amazing. Well, Lynette, before you go, would you take just a minute and tell people where they can learn more about your campaign?
Sure. Yeah, my website's probably the best place to access because from there you get all of my personal contact information with my cell phone number and email address, as well as information about the program itself. And that's at www.votelynette.com.
Fantastic. Well, Lynette, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, and we wish you every success in continuing your effort to check in on all of the people in your district.
Thanks, Devin. We're going to keep going for it.
All righty. Let's do some good.
I'm Devin Thorpe. For the last 8 years, I've been working full-time to eradicate extreme poverty, improve global health, and fight climate change. I've concluded that the best way for me to continue my work is to run for Congress to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District. In Utah, we have common shared values. Those things unite us. I believe passionately in our ability to come together, and I believe that working together, we can solve Utah's problems. I'm Devin Thorpe. I'm a Democrat. I'm running to represent the people of Utah's 3rd District.
I'm Devin Thorpe, a candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.